Finally, Chapter 9 worksheet, reading text, in which we get into, well, the most effective study routines to read the texts that were given to us by our school administration and essentially our teachers. So, the first step to effectively reading our text is where? Where are we going to read that? We need to create an effective study space. So, what are two ways from page 107 that you can figure out the most, effective way to manipulate your environment that will bring about the best results for your studying? A huge one is right away, you should all say minimizing outside distractions. What are distractions and how can you get rid of them? And if you're in a place where there are distractions, you may not be in the right place. A second one is promising yourself to make a change if you don't get the work done. Learning from this, what work do I still have and why? And what can I do in the future so that's not an issue anymore? We then went into assessing ourselves and organizing. So break down larger projects into smaller pieces. If you're feeling overwhelmed, doing one small thing, setting it aside, moving on to something else, and then coming back to it later. That brings us into analyzing, because analyzing is literally what? If you said to break something apart, you're absolutely right. So studying and examining in detail the build-up or breakdown of a specific thing. But again, if you simply just wanted to say how to break something apart, you absolutely can. I want you to be familiar with how you can break things apart. So there are strategies to analyze, and according to the link that I gave you, the Utminers EDU, granted it was on English analysis, but that analyzing in general was great. So I had you write down 3 ways you could analyze. That's as a material object, as a work of art, or responding to the text from a point of view. It could be your point of view. It could be the president's point of view. It could be a religious point of view, God's point of view. There's so many different ways to analyze, so make sure you're familiar with a few of them. Also, from there, we jumped back into learning strategies. We specifically looked in this chapter at one of the most simple, but I feel overlooked strategies for learning: flashcards, which I just have to do a quick plug for Quizlet.com, where you can make online flashcards and put them on your phone. And it's very effective and great way to memorize key terms. Why? Because it's a constant recall. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Am I right? What are the advantages to studying with flashcards? Can you name 1 or 2 or 3? If you named these 3, great job. And if you didn't, write them down. The process helps you to memorize due to repetition. Reorganizing. So, by reorganizing, we mean, what cards were you struggling with? You can put them at the top. What cards do you not need anymore because you have completed it? And then finally, it enables you to quiz yourself in different ways to look at the term or the definition and guess the term. Finally, guys, I'm just going to end right here with RAMVA. Make sure you know rhymes, alliterations, mental associations, visualizations, and acronyms. Alliterations, everybody always gets those confused. So heads up, it is the same letter or sound at the beginning or the ending. Rhymes